Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday morning, November 9th. It is the day after the official election. So I'm wondering how many of you are in full meltdown mode because you didn't get your way. It didn't turn out the way you thought it was going to. What are your plans for today? Are you going to stay in bed all day? Are you going to cry all day? Are you going to drink yourself silly to the point of oblivion? Are you going to eat yourself silly until you throw up? Are you going to punch a hole in a wall and break your hand? I'm just curious. What's everybody's plan for their meltdown today? Yes, I'm being sarcastic. I got a lot of messages about how people were at the end of their rope and that if things didn't go the way they were supposed to on Tuesday, they were just going to lose it. Well, for a lot of people, it didn't go the way it was supposed to on Tuesday. So that brings me back to option number 5. I posted that over the weekend. The one where Simon Parks went through 6 scenarios. 5 of them he made up. One of them was information that he had said. I watched that. I knew right off the bat that that was number 5 because I could tell by the way he did it. Everything else was very, very short. He went into detail about 5. He started using hand signals differently. He even looked down and said, I need to read my notes on this one that I made up. I'm like, how fucking obvious could you be if you watched that? And a bunch of you said it was going to be option number 4. So I'm curious why you thought it was going to be option number 4 and how did you miss the signs? Did you not actually see the video? Because that's the only way you could have not seen the obvious signs of what he was saying was going to happen. So anyway, I just got through watching Simon Park's video that he did. I don't know if he did it last night. Maybe he did it in the middle of the night for the USA. I guess it said November 9th on it. And he said, obviously we are in option number 5. It had to happen this way. We had to, show the corruption, yada, yada, yada. So for those of you who had other plans and thought it was going to turn out a certain way, I'm just curious how you're doing today. I'm doing pretty good because I felt like that's what was going to happen. So anyway, I went to vote yesterday. The first place that I went, the first time I went, they had moved it from the last time I voted. Didn't have any signs. I pulled in off of Illinois Street and there was no voting there. I didn't drive around to the front of the building because there weren't any signs pointing that direction. And I was like, well, maybe they've changed it and I just didn't get the news. So I went ahead and went to work and then saw that it was still at the Ritz Charles, I guess. And it looked like it was just in the big conference center and you had to enter from the front or the main location instead of the back like they did last time. So I went on my lunch hour and voted then. The guy that checked me in was very good. I mean, he checked my this and that and that and that and that. And I had even said, I have expected to see military here today. And he goes, well, there's several people that think they'll show up within the next 24 hours. Don't know if that was just speculation or if that was truly what's going to happen. I don't know. But I'm going to say, for those of you that are about ready to jump off the cliff, wait until November 11th. There needs to be a few days of the complete hanging of the deep state. So give it some time before you completely lose your shit, because what happened yesterday was, the first time it happened, I don't think most people were not aware of it. Now, yesterday, there were a lot more people aware of what was going on. People were taking pictures. Everybody was on to what they were going to try to pull. And I even loved the video that Trump put out about do not get out of line. Stay in line. They're trying to, get you to not come back. They're trying to get you to do something different, blah, 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 blah. So it was kind of like everything that they pulled there were patriots there that was waiting for it. So I liked how everybody kind of like gathered together and had a really, really close watch on it. However, it appears there's still fraudulent stuff going on, because when I woke up this morning, I did not see a giant red wave, which we all were told was going to happen. So just hang tight. Give it a few more days. Also, I watched SG Anon, or listened to his video this morning, and one of the things that he said is, from now on, there is one particular person that might be the main source of information coming out. He did not say who it was. He said it is not him. I mean, I can speculate who I think that might be, but at the same time, now that I've watched Simon, it might be two people that I'm paying attention to. I don't know. So it's just going to be really interesting what happens the next few days, because now it's going to get interesting. Also, one of the reasons I was up in the air about whether to vote or not, to be honest, because I was kind of going back and forth in my head. Is it really going to matter? Is me going to vote really going to matter? And I kind of felt like, no, it didn't, because I felt like they already had everything figured out, and whether I did or didn't wasn't going to make any difference. But when I got up yesterday morning, I felt the need to go vote. And I do not have any proof of this whatsoever. But there's something inside of me that says they will know who did and who didn't vote. Maybe they've got the quantum voting system in place already. I don't know. But there was a feeling of, I wanted to make sure they knew that what side I was on, that I voted, that I made an effort to vote, because I feel like somewhere along the line, those of us who stepped up might be rewarded in some way, shape, or form. Don't have any idea how that's going to be. Just like when I bought the little Trump coin, they promoted that as nothing special. But there was something in my soul that made me think that it might be worth some value someday. Just like voting yesterday. There's just this feeling that there might be something of value for those of us who voted yesterday. So anyway, it's going to be interesting what happens the next few days. And so before you have your full meltdown, at least wait until the end of the day on Friday. That is 11/11. That's a portal day. It's Veterans Day. Banks are all closed. I'm off work. There's been talk of like some sort of a 3-day resurrection from the election that would make that on the 11th. So give them their 3 days to do what they need to do, whoever they are. And I mean, like, they as in the good guys, the military, the white hats, the alliance, whatever word you want to call it. And wait until then before you have your complete and full meltdown, because I think you might be surprised what happens. And I think that's it. Have a good day. Don't drive yourself crazy by watching every little thing. I went to bed at 8 o'clock last night because I was just like, I'm tired of watching this. Nothing is going to be resolved. I'm not staying up till midnight. I went to bed. I slept pretty good for a change. And I am surrendering to the process, and you need to surrender as well. You don't have control of this. I firmly believe God, source, creator, has control of this, and we are just, we are here watching it play out right now. There will be people that will never, ever, ever know how big of an undertaking this whole thing was. But we got to see it. Anyway, have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.